Hello guys, X-Man here. Today we are making a video about 0.2 Gojo, and we're going over his kit and how he is going to be overall in the game. But let's just watch his animations and then I will go over what he does and how good he will be. He already is out, but this is mainly for Gojo players and for JP players who don't really know about his kit and whatnot. And I just want to say that his animations are really good, but a lot of people are disappointed, and I'll talk about it later in the video, but there's something really fascinating about Jujutsu Kaisen right now. So right now, this is his kit at level 10. All are going to be at level 10. So, for his first move, it's not an AoE. It deals 500 melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy for 4 hits, increases the enemy's break damage received by 150% for 1 turn / 1 time. Deals an additional 300 melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. Critical, you can read this by yourself. And for his second move, it's AoE, and it deals 550% melee taijutsu damage to all enemies for 2 hits. He is a taijutsu, and he also decreases all enemies' critical hit resistance by 30% for 3 turns. Increases his own taijutsu stat by 30% for 5 turns. Critical hit rate for 10% for the first hit. Yeah, you can read this by yourself again. I'll leave it up here for a second so you can read it. For his third move, it's another AoE, deals 550 ranged taijutsu damage to all enemies, increases all enemies' break damage received by 45%. For 5 turns, cannot be stacked. So it cannot be stacked if you use a move over and over and over again. But I will talk about something very sad. I wish it could stack, but I'll tell you why I wish it would stack. For his domain expansion, this is where people are mad, and there's another reason people are mad, but after his domain expansion, I'll tell you why. So his domain expansion grants sure hit effect to himself, inflicts all enemies with stun, infinite void status for 2 turns, inflicts all enemies with infinite void status for 3 turns, prevents all enemies from increasing their ultimate skill count for 3 turns, increases all enemies' damage received by 150% for 3 turns. Applies the following effect to self, cancels out infinite void and attack immunity. Once domain ends, deals 1700 melee taijutsu damage to all enemies for 4 hits. Leaves the battlefield at the end of turn. So, what people are mad about is that he can only stay in the battle for 10 turns. I'm honestly kind of shocked they did that. I thought he would stay until his domain expansion, because you gotta use his domain expansion before or during turn 10, or else it's kind of useless. But I thought he would not leave until he uses his domain expansion, because he says leaves the battlefield at the end of turn for his domain expansion. So I just thought it would leave only when his domain expansion is activated, which some people are mad about. I'm not too mad about, but I feel like he's going to be considered worse, and I just think it wasn't a good idea. I think they should have just what's the word I'm thinking of? Yeah, they should have just let him stay in the battle for as long as they can, or as long as you want to, until you activate the domain. I think it was just kind of weird, but also, he is number 1 for all-rounder unit, but right now, since he leaves after turn 10, his value decreased so much, so he's in top 5, I think. Mahito is still most likely number 1, which is nice. For global players, Gojo is coming out, I believe, in mid to end January, and if you're wondering about Mahito, I feel like he is going to start at the beginning of January. Also, I'm not sponsored by Disneyland, this is just an ad. But for Mahito, he still believed the #1 unit in the game. But also, I wanted to mention, like Gojo, I thought he was going to be a must summon because of his insane kit. Like, he debuffs, does great damage. But sadly, I do not think he is going to be a must summon anymore because he leaves after turn 10. I mean, of course, if you like Gojo, he's good. But if you have Blue Yuta, Blue Yuta is still an amazing unit. Like, don't hate on Blue Yuta. But if you have Blue Yuta, he works well with Gojo. But if you have Blue Yuta, I don't feel like it's a must summon. But I feel like he is blue type, so he will work well with Miguel as well. So Miguel is just buffing him. But sadly, I think that Gojo, sadly, is like kind of being hated on, but I think it's fine. I think he's a great unit. I don't think he should have gotten turn 10. I'm a little annoyed, but I'm not super annoyed. This is animations again. But also, it's kind of frustrating, or not frustrating, it's kind of annoying, because if you just have Gojo, for example, you're a new player, and you come to JP, or when he comes to Global, whatever, it's kind of frustrating, because he's not going to be the main DPS of your team. He most likely is going to be Yuta or someone else because he leaves after 10 turns, so he's not going to be a reliable DPS unit. So I feel like him relying on another limited character is kind of like, it's kind of like, I don't think they should have done that again. But he's not going to, I don't think he's going to be a main DPS. I haven't tested him out, but if he does like crazy damage, then maybe, because if he does really good damage and hopefully he does like, I don't know, like a lot on his first skill, like this one, I think this is his main skill, like the best one out of the bunch. But if he does like a lot of, like, I don't think this is maxed out, but if he does a lot of damage on that, I believe he is going to dominate the damage. But I don't know if he's going to rely on Blue Yuta. I believe he's kind of relying on him because Blue Yuta is going to be your DPS and Gojo can be your DPS support and also your support for debuffing because Gojo debuffs as well. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. X-Man signing off. I hope you have a good day. See you guys later. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, bye.